Why is this video only 5 minutes long? Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. All right, it's about 9 p.m. Central Time, Texas time, and Docket Decoder actually just uploaded Dylan Mortensen's interview tape from Moscow Police Department from 11/13 of 22 about an hour before I started recording this. Now, I am flabbergasted that this damn thing is only 5 minutes long. I have no idea what was said. I saw it and instantly got ready to record. It's been a long day. Let's just see what's happening. 5 minutes and 24 seconds. I am astounded. Okay, let's deep breath. Let's go. Maori.
So I think that somebody might have said something that you said.
Horrible.
You was.
It is literally like somebody is speaking right into the microphone. This is the worst audio ever.
Did you have, in the recent history, have anybody that you thought might have been stalking you, or that was just acting weird?
No.
Straight into the stalking question. Okay.
But I mean, talking, remember about a month ago, I think that one of the police officers that Kaylee was outside taking Murphy out and she saw a shadow.
Yep, okay.
And then when Kaylee was at Winco, Xana was in the car, she noticed this guy was following her. She got what she's getting, put it in the car, and she could see in her mirror that the guy was behind her in the car.
Okay.
So obviously he was trying to follow her.
Uh-huh.
And then
so we've heard a lot of stalking things in the reports from both ISP, but mainly the Moscow Police Department reports. I say this a lot. I understand that Bill Thompson has been like, bang, bang, bang. The stalking statements are false statements. We've known that since the jury selection survey situation, right? But we also need to sit here and be like, okay, you have all of these people telling you guys all these different instances of Kaylee possibly being stalked, and you came out to the public and told everyone there was no stalking whatsoever. I understand that you are claiming the exact same thing for the person that has been sentenced for these crimes. I completely understand that. But you also came out again and said there was no stalking whatsoever, but we have numerous reports of people that knew these girls that gave all of these exact same stories, and y'all still came out and said, no stalking. It was all just rumor. I'm very on the fence about so many things.
That was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then about a week ago, our door is broken, but me, Maddie, and Bethany came home and the door is wide open. And obviously, yes, the door is broken, but that could also be something else as well.
And in that one story, they mentioned how the washing machine was turned on whenever they got back, and nobody had turned on the washer. Of course, I had questions like whose clothes was in it? Was it on just by itself and empty just because somebody came in and turned it on just to play a prank or freak you out, or what was going on with that? But we never heard anything.
With the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever find the back slider open or anything? Is that usually locked? What's the condition?
I mean, we're pretty...
He said, did you ever find the back slider open? We have heard stories in the reports, again, both Idaho State Police and Moscow, of there being situations with both doors on multiple occasions.
We ended up locking it. I don't think we locked it last night.
I don't think we locked it last night.
And it sounds like the code's fairly well known to the front door by people.
I mean, only people that know us, random people would not know, but
okay. Right.
The code to the front door was well known.
He knew it.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously knew it because it sounded like she was going to move in with you guys, possibly.
Somebody was going to be possibly moving in, so somebody else knew the code. They blanked out the name. I don't know who that was.
Doesn't sound like you knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did Kaylee ever say anything or report that weirdness to anybody else other than you guys?
No, because I mean, like, can't. There's like no proof, you know.
Right.
I can't really do anything about it, and
Pretty much everybody that lived outside of that house are the ones that reported it to the police in these reports. So for Dylan to be like, oh yeah, she never literally told literally anyone because we couldn't prove anything. Yeah, she told all kinds of people. The proof is in the reports for that.
people are just weird sometimes. We didn't, like, obviously we were scared for a little bit. We didn't think much about it after that because there's nothing really weird after that.
Did she see what kind of car it was that he was driving? Something like that?
Mm-mm.
Where did Kaylee work?
They instantly went into what kind of car was the person driving. Instead of it being like, okay, where did the stalker, where was the stalker seen? Where did she see the stalker standing when it happened around the house? Where was it going on? He instantly went to what kind of car were they driving? I guess maybe he was just focusing on the Winco one. Do y'all feel how like fast paced this is feeling? Like they went in, there was no, hey, I'm so and so. I guess they obviously probably introduced each other to each other out in the hallway, maybe. But this just feels like rushed, no thoughts, no slowdown, no thought process. It feels odd.
She worked at home for a business, I believe. I can't remember what exactly it is.
That's Kaylee moving back home to
So
work.
she was just she works from her apartment? From her room? Okay. What about Maddie and Xana? Where did they work?
Maddie and Xana both worked at Mad Greek, and then Maddie also had a paid internship through this business as well that was online at home.
Mm-hmm. It was something with
Who
marketing.
would know what that business is? How would I be able to figure that out?
You might know.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. There's like,
She said
because
Bethany
they were
might know.
business majors, and through their majors, they were able to get these jobs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I told me about Kaylee talking about something like that.
Yeah.
And then I heard that it was possibly you. So I just wanted to make sure that I got the right person.
I just realized that unlike Bethany's, there's no timestamps at the top of this. Now, I'm not saying that like Docket Decoder cut it out because I wouldn't see the reason to cut it out. But it's interesting that we're not seeing the timestamps like we did on Bethany's.
Out of those kind of things. Did you hear Murphy barking or doing anything?
Yes, he was barking a lot.
Throughout the night or?
And I heard Kaylee go upstairs, he was barking a lot, and then I could tell that he was outside. I don't know how the police found him because he wasn't in the house.
Okay.
I don't know how the police found him because he wasn't in the house. Now, remember, in one of the other reports, I don't remember whether it was ISP or MPD, but she does claim that it sounded like, as Murphy kept on barking, that he was getting further away from the house. But if you go back and listen to the 11-12 footage, it sounds like Murphy does start barking inside. There's like one or two barks from inside, or at least what sounds to me to be from inside. And then there's another noise, and then suddenly he sounds like he's outside.
But he has puppy barks, but he was barking a lot if there was someone there.
And again, if you've heard the 11-12 footage that's been out so far, now I'm waiting on the full thing from MPD. I had a phone call with them yesterday, and it's rolling to get the full thing that they actually have. But you can hear the disparity in Murphy's barking. You really can tell from the way that the sound comes in and out that this dog is running around the entire house, going from door to door to window, trying to get someone's attention. You can hear it in his bark, like the same way that you could hear it in someone's tone of voice. It's really eye-opening.
And that was at 1:32, or was that around
Like
4?
And the thing happened.
And when he was barking,
4.
when you first heard him on barking after she was up there playing, did you hear him go outside, or did he start outside?
Murphy was with Kaylee when they were like dancing. They walked upstairs. He was still with her.
So she's still claiming in this portion of the story that it was Kaylee that was on the second floor in the living room area. Because remember, she said that there was music and that Kaylee was dancing or playing with Murphy, and she heard singing sort of like karaoke. And then the music was turned off, and Kaylee was something like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And Kaylee and Murphy started walking up the stairs. And that's whenever Kaylee apparently yelled about somebody being up there, and then all the chaos broke loose. She's sticking with that story of it being Kaylee on the second floor. So again, I have to ask for the state's narrative if this is closest to the truth as there possibly can be, okay? How are we supposed to believe that with Kaylee wide awake and on the second floor, and Xana apparently awake and ordering food, okay? Still no really actually proof of life when it comes to Xana, but their story up and getting food at this exact same time. How are we supposed to believe that he came in through the freaking second floor slider and made it past a dancing Kaylee and dog in order to get upstairs? It makes me think back to one of the other reports of Dylan's recollections. She says things about how it's odd that the person would come in the door that they did because they would have to scale a really tall wall in order to get through that door. I'm going to be doing a compare and contrast really soon here of everything from body cam to interview footage to the reports of what we have so far for both Dylan and Bethany so that we can see when the story started changing and actually keep track of the pieces that did change.
And then when she would yell, someone's here, he started barking in the house. And then I believe the slider door was open, and I think he went out that way because I could tell like the sound of his barking was getting like more distant.
The sound of his
Do you
barking
think
was
that
getting
Murphy
more
would have
distant.
went after him, whoever he was?
Maybe, but I mean, he's a puppy. He doesn't fully know that yet.
No, he would just be, if anything, probably playing with him.
Yeah.
What was actually interesting is at the time that we apparently are supposed to believe that the person is leaving the house and getting into the vehicle to then speed away, you can hear Murphy get silent as the person is like outside. And then Murphy starts barking again after the car takes off out of the neighborhood. Poor Murphy, man.
I don't know.
When the guy in black left, did he close the slider or did he leave it open?
I don't know. I just ran downstairs.
Perfect. Okay. Okay.
See, I have so many questions about that damn door because that's one of the things with the 8-hour delay. We don't really know exactly if they opened it in, whatever the hell was actually happening in that 8 hours. Because again, regardless of what they want to claim, the forensic download of their phones prove that they were awake, especially Dylan. Her timing, her consistency of motion and doing things on her phone doesn't stop. And once everything is unsealed, we're going to see more proof of that. But we already see the majority of the proof that we need to know that they were up and doing things on their phones, both of them. So we don't really know what the hell was happening in those 8 hours. It's just a little piece of this big, huge mystery.
Anything else?
Not that I
Popped
can
up?
think of. No.
All right. I'm going to go talk to my guys who've done other interviews
Okay.
and see if anybody's got questions. So that we can.
He's done just like that. Is he so serious? Oh my God. Okay. Now again, Payne and Blaker, according to the reports, were called to the Moscow Police Department to start doing interviews. Let's just round it till 1:30 p.m. We have a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to the timeline that both Payne and Blaker got to the crime scene that we didn't know we had until the reports from the Idaho State Police started coming out and they started giving us a different timeline on top of there now being a different timing for whenever the knife sheath was actually seen for the first time based off interviews that were done by Chief Fry. Now, according to him, and things that he has said, he knew by around 1 p.m. when Barrett called him to let him know the situation as he was on his way back from being out of town on his 4-hour drive. He didn't get back until around 4:30, so he would have known this from Tyler Barrett before 1 p.m. and at this point was told that a knife sheath was found. Well, originally we were told that Blaker and Payne got to the crime scene around 4 p.m., but then Idaho State Police reports came out and we find out that whenever the lead investigator for ISP actually got there around 2:35, let's round it, Blaker and Payne were already there. What I don't know is what Payne was doing during this time because Blaker was interviewing Bethany. Mowry, the guy who does all the search warrants for all the things, was the guy who just interviewed Dylan. So where was Payne? When are we going to get that true timeline? I cannot believe how underwhelming this entire thing was. Now, just to show you guys one of the reports that I'm talking about in this video, this is supplement number 42, written by Lawrence Mowry for the interview that you just saw taking place. This right here is speaking about the interview on November 13th, 2022. Again, we don't see the timing like we do for Bethany's. And as you can see, this goes on to put some information in here about what she apparently said during the interviews. But there's some information that was said in this report that she doesn't say in the interview. That's why doing the compare and contrast is going to be really important. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and the whole thing felt really rushed. He seemed like he didn't even want to be there. And again, this is the search warrant guy. Where was Payne? What was Payne doing? Because again, Blaker was interviewing Bethany, and here we see Mowry. So where was Payne? Payne's portion of this whole thing is such a mystery. I am determined to figure out. Thank you again, Docket Decoder, for posting this online. Again, I am ending this video at around 9:20 p.m. on 9/24/2025. I'm going to give that channel some time to get out there into the algorithm before I post my review. So I'll probably post this sometime between 11:45 and 3:15 p.m. on 9/25/25, just to be fair. But I want to know what you guys are thinking about this down in the comments. I cannot believe this entire thing was 5 minutes long. This is such a crappily done investigation. I am just, still to this day, 3 years later, I'm completely floored. But again, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.